Hey, restoration guy here again. This is a John Deere A we're working on. And there's a common problem. Almost on actually all the tractors, you know, the number series ones like the 60s and, and then, like a 60, a 70, or an 80. Or even an H or a B or an A. This is an A. What we have here is the play. It happens right here on this shaft. See that play? Well, if you squeeze it all the way on, you can still tell that there's a lip there. Well, now, what you could do, so you have a mark right here, and this mark, now it's hard to see, hang on. There's a mark right here, it's an A, and it goes in that space. Normally there's an indentation or a washer or whatever, but that's how this goes. And you have this here washer, and this washer fits on here like this. And as you see, there's a pretty good space in there with it because that sticks out. Now this is a huge problem, especially if you want to get good engagement and disengagement of your clutch, because the clutch wheels press against this big weight, and a lot of the times we have to replace this weight, and it's be a little bit different, and this is sticking out. Now you could probably grind this off and get it flush and then make this fit right, but I came up with another idea. As you see, there is a cut groove in here. Okay, I went and had that done because I'm rebuilding this tractor, so. But that groove is cut to this shim specification that goes inside of here. So I had it cut into here because I'm doing the restoration on it. So, being that I'm doing the restoration on it, I did it a little bit different. But we are going to be making a package that's going to come with assortment of shims that will not look rough and be quite nice, and that will fit over this, that you'll be able to mix and match to take up your slack that would be in here with this weight. So, but since I'm doing the restoration, I took up the slack by making my exact space inside of the washer. Now we're going to be making a kit for almost all of these tractors to where you can get rid of that space so that this doesn't have any play in it, because currently with that sitting in there, like this, you would have quite a bit of play, and you're not going to get good engagement with your clutch. It's not going to have that nice snap. So with this being in here, what I did is the exact thickness it needs to be to take up for this little lip right here. And once we get them all set up we will definitely do a video on how it works and how to get your exact measurements. But this is what I did because the way I'm doing this. But we are going to be making a kit that you'll be able to order for your tractor to be able to get rid of this problem, so you get good engagement and disengagement without grinding this off or having to do what I did. Because you got to have a lathe or go somewhere with a lathe, and these days even that little thing, that's not cheap. So it'd be just better off if you can buy a kit with me. They'll hold the washers in place for you, and you can see exactly that you need, and will be able to close. Now I'm just going to say a phone number on here. If you need something like this to fix this problem, you can go ahead and call 830-379-4197, and one of us will answer, and you talk with us, and we can get you a kit and make that up for you. We haven't got them, we haven't got a bunch made yet or nothing, but we will be. So if that's something you need and we're not there yet, just call and we can definitely get one in the mail to you, and a little bit of an explanation. Once I get them all made and done, I'll do a YouTube video on how they work on all the different style tractors that we're going to make them for. So, but I just wanted to show you that's the fix for this. Let me go ahead and show you how good it works. So here I am with my bolt. I'm going to loosen my bolt, and I want to find it where that's not wobbling around anymore, and it's definitely in the center. There we go. On the center there, and tighten my bolt up. This is probably easier with two hands, and there we go. And we're going to go ahead and draw that little bit of play that's in there out. As you can see, I'm definitely finding it, and it's right there, so we're going to be good. I went ahead and took this back out so you can see the marks of the, we have really good marks. We have really good marks from the housing where it bit in to the inside, so we know it's working, and it's these right here. So, and they're in here, and we're pretty centered, and this is going to work really, really well. And to show you that we have a really good, our space is really closed up. See my shim stock? My shim stock doesn't slide in anywhere. There is no gap. We're there. We're where we need to be. So this works very, very well. Now we're going to go over here to this B that I have over here, where everything's apart on it. This is our little personal bee. We actually use it for testing things. We fix things and just throw it on here because we do a lot of bees. But see, this one's really beat up. And this is what'll happen, you know, if this weight isn't on here tight. It'll loosen, and all of a sudden, instead of the clutch clamping to it, the torque will beat up the edges and do stuff like that. So you don't want that. And one say, well, why can't I put a washer back here? Because these are done as a triangle. To take up that space, you can't go back here. I don't care what it's on or the way it is. That won't work. Because then you'll have slop in here. You need that to fit in there well with that big weight, so the clutch plates can clamp together very well on the weight. So, but over there, even though this is a bolt with a big washer, and that's a nut with a big washer, the same concept needs to be, you don't want play on this shaft. Play on this shaft can cause a severe amount of problems, and especially if you put some torque under, or you're pulling with it, or it don't, how I best put it, just don't do that. That fix it, what I've just showed you, should take up the problem with having, you know, without grinding off the front of it. So you really don't have that option on a B, you know, over there. You don't really have that option. I mean, you probably have that option over here, but not really over there. But that would be a correct fix. So like I said, we'll be building a shim package and a way to center them. I already have it all thought out. And you'll be able to buy those from us for other models. We're going to make them for the B's, the A's, B's, A's, H's, whatever I can to fix this issue that we have. So now this thing's going to engage super well. Let me get you set up here. And you want to take your play out of here, you know, that's going to, if you got play, we put bushings in here with new pins. You really want to take the play out of this too. Get the play out of there, then you really got something nice. And it'll go in gear like it's supposed to. So let me get this all set up and tightened up a little bit for you, and show you just how well and good she'll work, because she will work quite well now. All right, I just put the linkage cables on for the clutch, and with our new pins, of course, we'll have to adjust our brake once we start her up and putt with her a little bit. Now I'm going to show you what you have to adjust these in here. Normally what I like to do is engage it and tighten a little at a time to get what I want. But you're not really going to get exactly what you want until you somewhat adjust it, drive it, and then do it again, and you'll get it pretty well set. So I'm going to show you the sound that you're looking for when you do this. When you gauge and disengage this thing, you are looking for it to have roughly this much pressure, roughly, and to basically sound like this. Let me get it where you can see my hand too. Okay, you are looking to hear a sound about like this and about ever so much pressure. Did you hear that? That thing clicked in beautifully. And you want to be able to hear this. Hear that nice click? Now we can make that click a little stronger if we want, and we very well may, but you want at least that. One more time. That's out, and this is when it goes in. You should be able to hear it click. And that means she is snapped in place. She's snapped in place. So she doesn't just fly back on you. Okay. And out. That's nice. Even my 83-year-old dad could use that clutch. I normally like them a little stiffer, a little harder, a little bit more pounds of pressure to put them in, but that's so nice that my 82-year-old father could do it. And that has a lot to do with, if you have play in here, what I've learned over the years, if you have play in this disc, you're not going to get this really nice snap. And a lot of tractors have this issue. What I'm thinking, I'm surmising, I don't know for sure, I would believe you could grind it off in there and you could get the same effect, but then you, in essence, shorten that. And that's not a really good way to do it. You need to take up the slack and make sure that that weight is firmly where it's supposed to be. Oh, and another thing. If you never really can figure out if you are where you're supposed to be, this weight is this big heavy weight here. Well, this weight should always oppose the flywheel. So if you've got this weight going this way, you know, the big heavy part of the clutch bound weight in here facing this way, well, your weight over here for your flywheel should be in the exact opposite place. And not ripping my hand back here, it sure enough is. So that's a little trick, so you know if you got that, if some reason all the marks are gone. Remember, those two weights oppose each other. If the flywheel weight's going up, the weight inside the clutch needs to go down. So, or vice versa. So I really thank you guys for watching and listening. I hope I helped. That's the way we do it here. So, you know, this is how we do them. If you like it, good. If it helps you, wonderful. You know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll get another video out and show you guys something else.